Hey everybody, welcome back to another Slimefun filled episode with your host Boomer. Today we want to talk with you about cobblestone generation. In Slimefun, how often does it come down to when you need cobble, right? You need cobble for everything. You need it to make gravel, you need that to make all your sifted ores, your dust, your ingots, your alloys. Everything comes down to cobble, and I get asked a lot, what is the best cobblestone generator? Well, the answer to that is real simple. Whatever meets your needs. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, when it comes to terms of cost versus production, let's look at that. Let's take a moment, let's go through the guide, and let's talk about this. So first, we have the 5 automatic basic cobblestone generators in the game put together here. First, we're going to start with the simple material generator, SMGs, basic cobble gen. So let's get all the way back here to SMG. Whoop, one too far. Here we go. All right, so their cobblestone generator, every 4 Slimefun ticks, or every 2 seconds, you get 1 piece of cobble. And this is a pretty cheap generator. This is a great early game generator. 6 smooth stone, an iron axe, a bucket of water, and a bucket of lava. Every 2 seconds, you get a cobblestone. I'd say that's pretty productive. Very cheap, and at a decent rate, especially for beginning game. You're going to find that you're probably going to end up with more cobble just with this than you'll end up using until you're automated. Now, is it the cheapest? Yes. Is it the most productive? And is it the most productive per cost? No. Let's look next at the extra tools cobble generator. Let's do this. Let's bring up some of the cobble generators. So let's go to the extra tools cobble generator. 4 minor androids, a blistering ingot, a magnesium ingot, a big capacitor, and a water bucket and a lava bucket. No means cheap. Not one little bit. And as far as productive, let's take a look at it. Wow. You know what? You would think for 4 minor androids, it might be a little bit faster. Now, granted, I've gotten used to the big endgame machines. So maybe this is just my jaded perspective from having been playing with the big boys for a long time. 4 androids on their own would be much faster. So on terms of cost, this is probably the second most expensive generator there is. And in terms of productivity costs, it's the worst. I don't build this one simply because you can be much more efficient just by running 4 minor androids on their own. So let's move on to Infinity Expansion. The basic cobblestone generator, not bad. Every tick it generates 1. So it's 4 times faster than a SMG generator. What is the cost in comparison, you might ask? Well, 4 mag steel, a machine circuit, a diamond pickaxe, 81 compressed cobble, and a water and a lava. So not much more expensive. In terms of productivity versus cost, in my opinion, this is probably the best. It costs just a little bit more. It's still an earlier game cobble generator. It doesn't have to be, it's not going to be day 1, but it is going to be an earlier game, and for the cost, it's very cheap. It's a very good, efficient generator. Moving on to the advanced cobblestone generator, this one generates 4 every Slimefun tick, so it's 4 times more efficient. So what about in terms of a cost on the advanced? Well, it's 2 basic cobblestone generators, a triple compressed cobblestone. So that means you've built cobblestone presses, or you're doing it all by hand to get one of those. That's 729 cobble, right? 2 mag steel plates and 2 machine circuits. So it is a little bit more pricier, but still very affordable, very doable in game as a mid-game cobble generator. And it generates 4 cobble every tick. So now you're doing pretty good. You can probably run 16 ore grinders on that to turn those into gravel. Maybe even a little bit more, who knows? Well, now let's talk about boomer size cobble generators. The Infinity Cobble, 64 every Slimefun tick. Every half of a second, you're getting a stack of cobble. You got to think this is going to be a pricey generator? Well, you'd be right. Let's look at it. We actually have to go all the way back out to the beginning of the menus here just to find the recipe. 16 advanced cobble generators, or 32 basic cobble generators. So 16 advanced cobble generators. So if an advanced is 4 every, this is one of those times when the speed is actually pretty darn close, right? It's 64 times for one of these, or 4 times for that to take 16. So the speed actually does match up here. You get 4 every tick versus 64 every tick at 16 times faster. Now the power requirement goes from 200 to 1333. You actually catch a break. 16 of these would be 3200. You actually catch a break. So not only does it save you a ton more power, it's 16 times faster, but it's also much more costly because, as you see, it's 20 void ingots to go with it. Now, if you have mob simulation chambers and you have an end dragon card, you can get void dust pretty simple. Otherwise, it's void harvesters. But it is an expensive cobblestone generator, but if you want to do any type of mass production, it's necessary. Now, what about androids? I've been asked the question a lot, do androids make it worth it? Well, one of the things we actually need to do is place on a cargo manager first to do our test, okay? I've set up 3 different tests here. We've set up a single android farm, a single android with 2 cobble gens, and a single android with 3 cobble gens. And you say, how is that possible? The android isn't going to move. Well, you're right. If you look in the code, the android can mine above, below, and in front. And we're going to run all 3. And the reason I wanted to do this test, one of my viewers, SAS1M, great idea, by the way, said a friend of his found a way to mine 3 at once. And I totally had forgotten that the androids can mine up and down, not just in front. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give each a block of coal, and we have 3 infinity storage units back there. We're being a little optimistic. But we're going to run them and see what does 1 block of coal get for each android. Now, they've all been programmed with the same code. Mine 45 times, turn right, push your items, turn left, get back on it. This one here is the only one where we couldn't do it because we needed the lava to flow down. So it is going to be just 1 step faster. So in a life of 1 minute and 40 seconds, it's going to mine 1 extra cobble. Actually 2 because it doesn't have to turn. And then this one will mine in front. It'll go actually up, in front, and down. So we're going to go ahead and put 1. Let's see. We need to get ourselves some coal blocks, right? You have boomer, coal block. We need 3. We're going to put 1 in each, get the remaining cobble out, and fire it up. Okay, here it goes. Let's see what 1 does for that guy. Pull the remaining out, stick 1 in here, see what he does. And of course, we're going to give this one 1. Start it up. There we go. And we're going to see which one generates the most cobble. Now, they're both all going to last the same time, right? They've all got the same code. So you're thinking, well, the cobble blocks aren't breaking. Technically, they are. The devs got really smart and removed that visual breaking of it simply just to help reduce lag because they realized not everybody's got the Infinity Expansion Pack installed. Not everybody's got options for massive amounts of cobble, and the servers are stuck using the androids. I shouldn't say stuck. I'm sorry. That's not the right term. That's their only option. All right. So as the coal block runs, if I remember correctly, it's 1 minute 40. So let's head back. Let's just confirm that time real quick here. On a minor android, a block of coal, sorry, 1 minute 20. So it won't take us long to get the results here. We'll just stay on camera because I want you to see what each one produces. While you're waiting, enjoy a nice cup of coffee, a sip of soda, tea, water, whatever your favorite beverage is. Now, we're going to have to push whatever cobble is left in the android. So let's clear the cobblestone out of my inventory. Because when it runs out of fuel, there's going to be cobble left in here most likely, unless it runs out perfectly. So we'll have to move that little bit of cobble over. But I'm going to be very curious to see which one wins. The one that SAS1M was talking about was this particular model. They thought it was much more productive. This is the very first time I've ever tested it, so we're going to find out. I think the criteria that we establish is all 3 are under the same criteria, the same fuel, the same circumstances. All right, this one apparently has run out of fuel. It is no longer mining, and all items have been pushed. This one is no longer mining. We are going to push the 44 for him. And this one has stopped mining, so we will push their 13. All right, So let's start with the single Android and find out how many Cobblestone do they make. So we've got 80 stored and a 64 plus 1. So we got 165 cobble out of one block of coal in a minute 20. So 165 divided by 80 seconds, it got 2.15 roughly. Math on camera is a bad idea, I understand. But it's a little bit more than 2 cobblestone per second. Not bad. The Android with 2, hey, got a little bit more. We got 90, 165. Or 90 plus 65, so 155 in 80 seconds. Actually, I did some bad math over here. Let's go back. 80 plus 65 is 145. My apologies. So that's roughly 1.8 cobblestone per second. Here we've got 90 plus 65, so it's 155. Divided by 80 seconds is approximately 1.925 cobblestone per second. And I'm sure that number's off slightly. This is odd. There's less here. 150 or 149. Let's make sure that it all pushed. Yep. Interesting. Let me check the code. Let's just make absolute certain. Yeah, there's 45. Actually, there's 45 pushes. Turn right, push back, turn left, and repeat. Yeah, so there's 45. Let's confirm the code here, just to show you that this is, no, it's all true. And actually, this one has 44. And we knew that because we didn't have that extra turn. So we pulled one out to balance out the mining. And this one should also be at 45. 44. So the other one that had 3 actually had 1 extra push and still yielded less. Tell you what, let's run this one more time. I want to be absolutely certain. I think it's amazing that the one that has 3 cobblestone generators was actually less productive. I think that's kind of odd. And I want to give the androids one more chance. So let's do this again. Let's give myself 3 coal blocks. And let's just make sure we start up the chain. Let's see what happens. We'll give it one more shot just to confirm that everything is fair, even. I don't want the androids coming back to me later and saying this was rigged. I'm really surprised. I expected to see about 100 in here. But I think what happened, the Android is running at max capacity because the amount of time it takes for water and lava to make cobblestone, I don't think this was any more efficient. But I think that's what the second test is going to prove. Is that I think we're going to see approximately the same number back in here again. I think we'll see about the same number back in there again. This is the one, and I'm really curious to see. So when we hit a minute 20, we'll make sure the androids are clear. This one's going at a good clip. Ooh, wow. It just went into afterdrive or overdrive. Afterburners kicked in briefly there. That was odd. And it could have been just visual. How's this one doing? Okay, let's look like it kicked in slightly. Well, it's going. I mean, it's pumping at the same speed as everybody else. How are we doing so far? 13, 24, and 24. So this very well could have been just a moment that it pushed. We're not going to react yet. We'll wait till they're done. Like I said, we want to give a fair evaluation. All right, this android is still going. I thought it had been a minute 20. Let's see what happens here. We should be done momentarily. There we go. All right, there's our minute 20. So we'll push that 16, make sure it goes in. Let's check this one is done. We'll pull that 20 in. And we'll get our third one down here. Pull that 26. Generators over here. There we go. So our first one. 84, 64, and 1. So 149. essentially what we did the first time around. This one was a little bit more productive. We got 88 and 65. So we got 153, which was about where it was last time. And again, 3 generators actually proved to be slower. I wonder why that is. 149 again, I believe was the number. So this one was 2 less. This one was 4 more. Very interesting. So in fact, with 3 cobble gens so far, and again, I understand that was just a 2-minute and 40-second test, but the one with 2 cobble gens proved to be faster. Now, if you want to try this test, all 3 of these are lava sources. This is the only lava source on the 2, so I don't know if that's making a difference or not. It may or may not be. The lava flows at the same rate no matter what. So I don't know how that would be coming in to affect it, but if you'd like to test it on your own, go right ahead. So hopefully that gave you some information that you can use, help you plan out what you want to do for cobble generation, get your farms running up and faster every single time. But as always, when you're playing Minecraft, you gotta go boomer or you gotta go home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.